the answer at quarterback for the 49ers?
Well, I think that this is a question that we cover almost every week.
I know.
For at least for some words.
I know. We do. And I feel like we never get to the answer.
Nope. I can't find in my head any time when we just can agree in something that it is going to be a great answer for this team, because and it's even harder this time because we see all the losses, and we can expect some more losses from this team in key positions. And we also see, as I mentioned on Twitter before, and as I mentioned in your show as well, that right now we are close to a financial black hole, to a financial disaster. And that's why I don't think that we can afford a veteran quarterback. That's why I can just close the doors before Deshaun Watson and any talks.
We'll get to Watson in a minute, but
belong
we'll
to
him in a minute.
Yep. And the same with Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan. I don't think that we will sign a veteran quarterback with a great salary because we can't afford that. And if we want to be contenders next year, at least playoff contenders, that's no way that we can afford a veteran quarterback.
I don't think they can afford Jimmy.
Nope.
I don't think they can afford Jimmy. He's too expensive. Forget the important number is the percentage of the cap. Forget the total money. The percentage of the cap that he's going to be getting next year, estimated 15. Can't win. You can't win like that. When he was in 2019, it was 8. Now it's almost double. No, he's got to take a pay cut or they got to release him. And when he takes the pay cut, it's not to create long-term stability. It's not an extension. It's just you got to give back money because the cap went down and you're not that good, or we're going to cut you. I think that's key. If they're paying him $26.9 next year, they're screwed.
Nope. So, and as you know as well, if I want to get back into the topic, that I'm not a big fan of Jimmy. So what I think of is
me neither.
If if I would be the GM or the head coach of the 49ers, I would just cut or try to trade Jimmy Garoppolo away. Even a third or a fourth round pick is okay for Jimmy Garoppolo, because after this season, I don't think that he just worth more. All the things that he proved this year was that he is injury prone, and that's something that every team should consider when they are signing a quarterback. And if there's something which is cuts your value, then that's it. So,
and if there's one team in particular that needs to stop messing with players who can't stay healthy, it's the 49ers.
Yeah.
If you have a significant injury history, the Niners look, we can't take these risks anymore. You know, when the Niners made the executive decision about 5-6 years ago that they weren't going to draft and sign players with domestic violence backgrounds or DUIs in their backgrounds because they wanted to win with class. Well, now you got to win with, health. Stop making the same risk mistakes here. It's a risk reward thing. You keep getting burned. Stop. So the way I look at it with the Niners is what I would do is I would not get into business with the quarterbacks on the second or third contracts, the quarterbacks who are 26 to 34. Those guys are great and they're in their prime and they're too freaking expensive. Look at Russell Wilson. He's great. He's never going to win a Super Bowl until he's probably 35 and he gets a little cheaper, and then finally, boom, they can put a team around him. What I would be looking at is the quarterbacks on the rookie deal or the quarterbacks after 35 who have kind of been given up on a little too early and might be willing to take a cheaper deal to win a Super Bowl. That's what you're looking for. So from the Niners' perspective, you could draft a quarterback. We've all talked about, you're not going to get Trevor Lawrence, so whoever you think that other starting quarterback in the draft is, get that guy. Or I've been throwing this name out there, and I don't know if you'd even want to come to the Niners with Mike McGlinchey on this team, but a guy who kind of fits the idea of what I'm thinking is Phillip Rivers. He's 39. He might say, instead of retiring, maybe I'll take $15 million on a 1-year deal to go play behind the best run game in the NFC and feel like maybe I could do in this offense what Matt Ryan did. Something like that. A quarterback who doesn't need to be developed, who's good and old on the downside of his career and just needs a run game to help him out, like a great run game, not just a decent run game, but a Kyle Shanahan run game. To me, Phillip Rivers is better than Jimmy G ever has been, and has never missed a game in his life. I don't know if he would take the discount because he just already moved his family of 11 to Florida, and he can't. He's a statue. I mean, does he want to play behind McGlinchey? Probably not. Maybe not.
Yeah, the other thing is, which is a problem, I think, when we are talking about Philip Rivers, I mentioned when we were talking about first time Mike McGlinchey, is that I do think that Philip Rivers has that same toxic aura. So I don't think that this team needs any more of that toxic aura.
Well, there's also a guy like Andy Dalton who's 8 years younger, also been a 3-time Pro Bowler, doesn't need to be developed. I just think Philip Rivers is much better than him. I mean, I thought Rivers was actually quite good in that playoff loss to the Bills. He wasn't the reason they lost. They lost because his coach didn't kick a field goal on 4th and goal from the 4 before. But anyway, I understand not being excited about Philip Rivers. But the concept is rookie contract quarterback, 35-year-old plus quarterback. Because look at Tom Brady. He won his Super Bowls early in his career and late in his career. There's like an 8-year gap when he was making a ton of money that he just couldn't quite get it done. That's the way I look at it, man. I wouldn't want to go into business with those guys. You want to get paid $40 million a year? Go play for the Texans and lose, and then come back to me in 8 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a good idea. What I think of right now is that
Moneyball.
I would choose a rookie quarterback. If I can get a decent one in the second or at least a good one in the third round, I would go with that.